Alrighty, welcome to a Arena Cube draft where, you know what, we get to take some pretty powerful cards, just like in Vintage Cube. You can first pick a Reanimate, which is actually what I'm going to do. I am a big Bloodstained Mire fan. I don't mind this one at all, but I think Reanimate's just so cheap, so powerful. There's also Glorybringer, Murderous Cut, a Triome, Pyromancer, Seed Shark. There's a bunch of good cards, and the Arena Cube has gotten more and more powerful. If you haven't checked out the Arena Cube recently, I would advise it. It is a lot of fun. So I'll show you that today by first picking Reanimate and second picking, there's Windswept Teeth and Watery Grave, Metamorph, Goldspan. If you took Glorybringer, Goldspan would have been a nice follow-up. Wandering Emperor's fine. I think I'm just going to take Windswept Teeth. Duels are okay, but fetchlands are still more powerful, and Reanimate is not particularly committal, so I'm happy enough to take that and see what's up. Oh, look, there's also some new cards in it, or from whatever sets, Alchemy. So it's a 3-mana 1/4 flyer. When it hits your opponent, you get to heist. You get to look at 3 random non-land cards from their library, pick one, and you can exile it, and then play it by paying any color of mana. And then also whenever you cast a spell, you don't know, this gets bigger. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm not the most happy taking an Aven here. There's also Bastion of Remembrance. I could draft like a tokens deck, black-white, Repulse, Portable Hole, Gutter Bones. You know what? I'm going to try drafting Bastion of Remembrance and see if we can kind of get black-white sack to work. Oh, I'll definitely take Verdant Catacomb regardless, though. It's Disdainful Stroke, Phantom Interference. I mean, I was going to take Verdant, I think, out of this pack no matter what. And, oh, there's Yawgmoth. Oh, there's also Atroxa. And it's not even that you Atroxa Reanimate. It's just you cast Atroxa, and it's really good. But Yawgmoth with Bastion and Reanimate sounds pretty good. There's also Prairie Survivalist is pretty cool. 2-mana, 0/1 flyer. Beginning combat on your turn. Target creature you control permanently, perpetually, gets ++0, and a creature in your hand does as well. So this already comes into play as a 1/1 the turn you play it. It's basically a 2/1 flyer by the turn you attack with it. There's also Endotha Triumph here. Yeah, I'm committing. All right, it's hard, but I'm going to take Yawgmoth. Oh, wow. And then I'll take Emperor of Bones is a great follow-up here. Zagoth Triumph would also be nice with Verdant and Heath, but those are so on color anyway that I'm not too worried. And now, Lingering Souls over Preacher. Yeah, we're doing it. There's also a Flooded Strand still in the pack. The Arena populace, cube drafting populace, has not picked up on how good fetchlands are. I think that the Vintage Cube drafters don't respect them enough. The Arena people do not respect them at all. It's crazy. Okay, Voice of Resurgence is kind of nice because I have 2 green fetches, so it'd be pretty easy to splash, and it's pretty good in this style of deck. There's also Bloodchief's Thirst, which is just fine. Sentinel, which is decent. Captivate and Crossroads is pretty good. It's an ETB tapped land, and you choose a color, it taps for that color, but it enters untapped on turns 4 or greater, or if you went second. That's probably good enough that I should just take that, is my guess. And look, now there's a Bloodstained Mire. Okay. I just was happy to first pick that card. All right, and here, I think I take Watery Grave now. I can fetch it off 2 of my fetches, and despite the fact that I was looking to go black-white, now I can pretty easily just play another color, splash, whatever I want. I don't know. I'm going to have great fixing, so we'll see where it takes us, even though I still do think Lingering Souls, Bastion, Yawgmoth, Emperor of Bones is kind of the direction I want to head. Oh, Falconwrath Aristocrat. I think if I've got the mana for it, it actually seems pretty good. 4/1 Flying Haste, and you can sack a creature to make it indestructible. Also, if it's a human, it gets even bigger. All right. And it's a sack outlet. Oh, then I don't mind splashing like a Disdainful Stroke. It seems like the kind of card this deck would have trouble with more expensive cards because small creature decks tend to do pretty badly against this kind of stuff. So countering the big stuff seems like a pretty good plan. And here, Sapphire Collector, this is the one. Yeah, it gets you a Mox Sapphire, but Forsaken Miner can't block when you commit a crime. Yeah, this actually seems like better than Oracle. Oh, I will take a Thundering Falls, though. And because I can Yawgmoth, sack it to Yawgmoth and keep getting it back. Oh, now there's a Psychic Frog. Jewel Mine Overseer. This puts all the 7 dwarves into your deck, and then they become cantrips. I think I'm going to take Psychic Frog because I'll have the mana to cast it pretty easily here. It's really, really, really strong card. at a cheap cost. And then Deathrite, Sedgemoor Witch, Sanguine Evangelist. These are all cards I'd be interested in, but no real reason not to take a good one. Oh, Ocelot Pride and a Johnny. It's got to be a Johnny here, because I have now 2 different ways to sack things, and I'm going to look for more. Play a Johnny, sack the Cat Warrior, flip a Johnny right away. Sounds great. Morbid Opportunist, Drowned Ichor. I would have loved to get an Ocelot Pride too, but I think a Johnny is going to be more important here. All right, this is really cool. We're like Esper tokens, or 4-color tokens, thanks to a busted mana base. I mean, fetches really are that good. Ooh, look, another fetch land. There's also a Deep Cavern Bat and Intrepid Adversary and Thraben Inspector. I'm just going to take a fetch land, though. You get to play all 5 colors and never have mana problems, and you can go get Surveil lands. So Marsh Flats. So I have all the Obzon fetches. I do need more dual lands or Triumphs to go get. I wouldn't need a lot. Like probably 1 Triumph, 2 duals would get me into perfect shape. I also don't even have that difficult of mana capabilities, but I wouldn't have taken like a Scalding Tarn as excitedly as I did, but Marsh Flats is exactly where I want to be. So Marsh Flats, Luris, hold. Oh, no. So I can't use Luris as a Luris because I think the Yawgmoth, Falconwrath are too important. Bastion also. But what I could do is I could play it and just use it to replay these things. I mean, Luris is just a strong card. I kind of think I want to do that, especially since one of Selfless Savior or Jadar is, I think, fairly likely to come back. And then now, oh, Marionette Apprentice. Yes, yes. There's also Caustic Bronco, go for the throat, but Marionette Apprentice is just another thing that when one of your creatures dies, it drains them. So happy to take that. I think Priest might be the pick now, though. Oh, there's also Xander's Lounge. Priest is pretty nice with tokens, though. Pretty nice with Forsaken Miner. All right, yeah, I'll go with the Priest. I feel like my mana is already going to be really good. Ooh, now there's an Ophiomancer? I'm in for that. What does this do? When it enters the battlefield, draft a card from its spellbook. Ancient Imperiosaur, Conclave. Sure, that doesn't seem crazy, but I think Ophiomancer is going to be fantastic in this deck. Just, a steady stream of tokens is going to be nice. So the only color I'm not playing right now is green, and I only have 1 red card and like 2 blue cards, but based on my mana, I'm actually going to look to pick up other stuff because I should just be able to take the most powerful card in a pack with, what, I have 4 fetch lands? Yeah. And here, Urborg Scavengers. So it eats cards from a graveyard that have first strike, double strike. I don't really have that much. I have lifelink. That's about it. Servant on the Stinger is a 1/3 death touch, but when it deals damage to them if you committed a crime, yeah, I'll take Servant of the Stinger. I might play that card. Okay, Deathrite came back, and it's actually going to be insane in this deck with all the fetch lands. Yes, Deathrite is such a good pickup. All right, I'm in. And then Morbid Opportunist came back, so whenever 1 or more other creatures die, draw a card, and it triggers once a turn. Yeah, that does seem like a card I will want. I could use more token making. Oh, Deep Cavern Bat came back. Wow, we are really doing it. All right, yeah, we're slamming the Deep Cavern Bat. Cold Conscript also wouldn't have been crazy, but Deep Cavern Bat is just perfect. Wow, such a good Deathrite Shaman deck. I'm glad I got Watery Grave. I would kill for like a Godless Shrine, though I think I saw Godless Shrine in the same pack as Marsh Flats, I want to say. Oh, Jadar came back. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for, too. And Caustic Bronco came back. Why not? Okay. I mean, I'm basically mono black, though I have a million fetches with 1 Ajani. And I don't think I'm going to play Rakdos. 1 Ajani and a Lingering Souls, a Psychic Frog, a Disdainful Stroke, which I still think is actually a pretty good splash. Oh, Hangerback Walker is definitely not a 0 either. Ooh, Solitude. Retrofitter Foundry. These are both good. What does this one do? 3 mana, 2/4 affinity for Planeswalkers, so you can cost 1 less if you have a Planeswalker out. Flying Vigilance, and if an opponent attacks with creatures, 2 more, yeah, whatever. I do like Deluge in general, but it's not even going to be that great in this deck, and Solitude is a pretty busted card. I don't know how often I'll be able to pitch cast it, but it doesn't have to be like that often for it to be good. Retrofitter is good, but a little on the expensive side. Let's just take Solitude. It's also just a really powerful card. Okay, here's a Rafine's Tower and a Sarah Paragon. I do love Sarah Paragon, but I'm going to have tons of playables. I like Kolagon's Command. I mean, I like Teysa as well, but I think I'm going to take Rafine's Tower because that just makes basically every single one of my fetches get all of my colors now. And then here there's Wrath of God, which actually wouldn't be crazy to play in this deck now that I think about it. I have a lot of ways to rebuild, but there's also Jetmir's Garden. I don't think I'm that into that. Oh, I do love me a Warzone Duplicator. So it's a lot of text, but let me summarize it. 6 mana 6/6 or 4 mana 3/3. An ETB is you bounce one of their creatures with less power than it. So that's why when you scale it up, it can bounce more things. And if the creature wasn't a token, you get a copy in your hand and you can cast it. So I actually really like the Warzone Duplicator, and I think I'd rather have that. There's also Big Elish Norn and 6. 6 would not have been crazy, but I think that the Warzone is a good tempo card. Rankle, kind of nice here. Oh, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Let's see. It's great with... No, it's not. It doesn't go with Emperor Bones. I guess it works with Priest. Works okay with Psychic Frog. I mean, it lets you discard cards to make your things bigger, and it works well with Yawgmoth. Or I guess it kind of works well with Falconwrath Aristocrat, and I guess with Hangerback Walker. How good is Rankle? Rankle seems actually pretty good when you have a lot of creatures, so I'll just take the Rankle. Oh, now Homicide Investigator. Wonder non-token creatures you can tie. Investigate. Undercity Sewers / Ketchia Triumph. Smuggler's Copter. Oh, this probably got to be Smuggler's Copter. It's a pretty messed up card. There's also Sabine's Reclamation, which I wouldn't mind, but I think I like Smuggler's Copter. And here, I want a Surveil land, but I don't really want the blue-green one. In the Trenches. Creatures you control get +1/+1, and once you can pay 6 to exile something. Yeah, I actually don't think In the Trenches is too bad. I do love me an Archangel Avacyn. The Ossification is good. You need a basic land for it, which I guess isn't that hard to do. A Gondra is also nice and free. Like right now, this is 8 land, so I'm already cutting a bunch of cards. How good? I guess I do like Archangel Avacyn with ways to flip it. Oh, Cackling Observer is kind of interesting. 3 mana 3/1 flying. And you exile a card out of their hand, and then when this leaves the battlefield, they get to seek a card with less mana value in that hand, which is pretty cool because it kind of downgrades the thing. It's that, or do I take Savai Triumph? I'll take the Cackling Observer. It feels like my curve has gotten a little higher. Oh, Retrofitter came back. I like Knight of the Ebon Legion too, but I'll take the Retrofitter. And then here, Blood Crypt or Concealed Courtyard or Tesa or K-Command. Pretty big K-Command fan. I'm already cutting some cards. Like I bet Servant of the Stinger is not necessary. I actually do like the Forsaken Miner a lot. Let's just go Blood Crypt, I think. I don't know. I feel like I should just take some lands here. I guess Elish Norn, though. I don't see myself playing that. Oh, Soul Cauldron. Sure, I'll consider it. Pest Infestation? No Respect. And Hedge Maze. And then Intrepid Paleontologist. Interesting. Let's look at deck building. I'm not sure where I want to go with this. It feels like we got a lot of options. So this is 7 cards over. All right. Well, I could probably cut the Pest Infestation. I can probably cut the Soul Cauldron. In the Trenches actually is going to end up being kind of ambitious. I'll actually like the Hangerback a good amount. I am basically just black, white, red with... Oh, Hedge Maze doesn't seem necessary. Because I have Thundering Falls that I can get with most of my fetches. Well, no, sorry. I can only get it with Bloodstained Mire. I could put in Hedge Maze as another Surveil land, but it's not that on color. Oh, I really didn't need this Blood Crypt, to be honest, but I definitely don't need a mountain. Let's see. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 17 lands. Yeah, that's right. Do I need this island? I don't have any way to fetch it. All right. I mean, I need to add some more land, so probably something like this. And I still need to cut some cards. Because right now, yeah, all right, 17 land. And for blue sources, I have Watergrave, Thundering Falls, Rafine Towers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's plenty of blue. And got to be plenty of black. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the one Rafine's Tower just kind of solved all my problems, basically. I just needed a black-white land. And I guess I want to cut a 3, and I kind of feel like Morbid Opportunist is the worst of them. Yeah, I have a lot of ways to use tokens. And I kind of want to cut a 2. I mean, I could cut Disdainful Stroke. I still have blue for Warzone. But I think Disdainful Stroke is going to be just pretty good at covering bases in this deck. Maybe I just cut Rankle. It's just not the strongest card in the world. It's okay. All right. This is rough. I have so many good cards. I could also cut Retrofitter Foundry. It's a little bit slow. Okay. And this is 41. Forsaken Miner's borderline, but I have a lot of ways to sack it, and a lot of those ways commit crimes. So like Priest targets an opponent. Yawgmoth targets their creature. Like sacking to Yawgmoth, for example, is just black sack over and over again. That sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, Emperor Bones. Like all my 2-drops seem awesome. I guess I could cut Solitude and What if I cut Solitude and Archangel Avacyn? So I cut down on the white, and then I put back in something. I could put Rakdos back in, or not back in, but just put Rakdos in. Maybe that's going to be better than Avacyn. It's about as easy to cast. Avacyn seems like it would be pretty good. Yeah, the fact that it's double white doesn't really bother me, and I guess, man, Solitude's good though. It's also pretty nice with like Emperor of Bones to bring back. I guess I didn't take that K command. K command would have been... Oh, and I have Reanimate? No, I gotta play the Solitude. It's too good. Hangerback Walker? Is that where we're at? I mean, I have a token from Ophiomancer. I think Cackling Observer's pretty good. Lingering Souls, Deep Cavern Bat. Yeah, all right. I guess I'll cut the Hangerback Walker for now. And let's get in there. Let's battle. All right. We got an opponent here. Monkey D. Luffy. Let's see. Opponent goes first. All right. I'll keep this. Captivating Crossroads. First of all, it enters untapped. Even if it was tapped, it'd be fine. Oh, man. Agent of Rafine is very good. So make a black Crossroads. So this is 2 taps. Just draw the top card of my deck. Oh, wow. Beatdown. Okay. Land and Priest. And really just hoping to draw a land so I can play one of my 3s. I could have played Thundering Falls this turn. I guess it's kind of weak to Thundering Falls and Surveil when they have this thing, though. Jeez, they have a 1-mana removal spell. I'm going to get beaten down here because they get to use... And they're like beating me down and using Agent to draw extra cards. Okay, well, at least I did draw land. So let's just get this Ophiomancer into play. Would have been really nice to have that Priest, but... Ophiomancer is still good. All right. And hopefully the cards in my deck are not as useful to them. Like, what if they hit, like, I don't know, some sort of token thing? I mean, I guess like a Marionette Apprentice is still just a good card. Oracle of the Alpha, nice. This is one of my favorite cards on Arena. They get to shuffle the whole Power 9 in, and when this attacks, they scry 1. Ooh. Yeah, let's Thundering Falls. Yeah, I'll leave Rafine's Tower on top, so they're probably going to nugget with Agent anyway, and attack with the Death Touch Snake, of course. All right, next turn I can play Warzone Duplicator or Yawgmoth. And I don't really want to bounce the Oracle, I guess, is the thing. Maybe I bounce Agent Rafine. Yawgmoth with Ophiomancer and the Bastion token is pretty nice. So I'll probably Yawgmoth here. They drew a Windswept Teeth. They might not be able to use this at all. That's so funny. All right, they put a card on the bottom. Hopefully they don't draw a Time Walk anytime soon. I surveilled to the top. You didn't want to steal it? All right. That's a you problem, I guess. Ugh. What can you do? Well, that's going to make it a lot harder to win. Attack with these 2, I guess. Okay, next turn I'll probably play Solitude. Let's see if they have a fetchable land. Oh, they do. They have a Raugrin Triome. Wow, that's unlucky. All right. Take a little more damage. I'm not loving my chances, though. I mean, just playing 1-drop into 2-drop into 3-drop with a counterspell and Unholy, that's just a good combination of things. Reanimate my Yawgmoth? How dare you? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess there is that. Oh man, if they see like a good card on top, they could like sack their Asian Rafine, draw it immediately. Oh, I'm just dead now. Guess I'm not just dead. I go to 1 unless they have something else. Okay. But I would assume I'm dead. Yeah, I think so. I can Solitude, but that doesn't do much. All right. A quick beating, but those burn spells, that was pretty good. All right. Time for round 2. I believe in this deck. Hopefully don't get beaten down so hard. Oh, this is nice. Verdant to go get Rafine's Tower. And then I can play either Psychic Frog or Smuggler's Copter. My inclination is to just play the Frog. I'd rather draw a card than loot. Okay. But we'll see. Oh, all right. Psychic Frog into Cackling Observer. I mean, my opponent went plains, go. So, not usually a sign of like the best. It could be a Skyclave apparition here, but if they're white weenie, they did not have that great of a draw. No, there goes the crab. Let's see what's going on over there. I think that this is going to be fine. Luris in the trenches. Oh. I mean, none of these cards even do anything. I guess I'll take the Luris. So it's like kind of like the mirror. Except I guess they're going to play in the trenches now, and then I'm going to go Emperor of Bones plus Copter. Oh, Ocelot Pride was their draw. That actually is a good draw, but I think I should be fine here. Guess they can maul the Skyclaves this. Is that kind of the joke? Yeah, that's pretty good. Attack. Copter. Caustic Bronco. All right. I'll pass the turn. So they can maul, and then they have 4, 8. So they're not going to have quite the city's blessing, unless they drew a swamp, which did not look like it did. All right. Yep, I'll take it. They go to 15, or I go to 15. They go to 21, and they make a token. Okay. Well, this thing always flies. That's cool. What am I doing now? Do I want to... I kind of want to deal with the Ocelot Pride in some way, but I don't quite have the ability to do that yet. I would like to draw some cards. Let's see. I guess I probably won't crew the Bronco. I think I will. Well, do I want to crew the Copter or block with the Copter? Maybe I just want to block with the Copter, so I'm just going to attack with the Bronco, I think. No. I can crew. Yeah, I'll attack with the Bronco. I think that's fine. Disdainful Stroke is not like the ideal card to draw. Well, to show them. But I think that's okay. And then Yawgmoth. I guess there is Mana Tithe. I guess I should probably play around that. All right. So Yawgmoth, they're going to attack with Ocelot Pride here, I would imagine. I'm going to crew Copter. Yeah, I guess I could have attacked with the Cackling Observer. That's fine. Take action, draw. Discard planes. And then Yawgmoth. Hold on. Actually, I should sack this Marsh Flats. I think I'm just going to get a tapped. Yeah, I'll get a tapped Blood Crypt. All right. Sack the Smuggler's Copter. And this way they don't gain life or make a token either. And they might not have much they can do here. The next turn I can Emperor of Bones back the Caustic Bronco if I want. Oh, Yawgmoth, Emperor of Bones? That's absurd. All right, they're getting close to being able to use In the Trenches. Oh, a Johnny? Okay. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I'm not going to have a red permanent for a Johnny, unfortunately. Here, let's go Emperor of Bones. Go to full control. Exile Caustic Bronco. Ugh. They're so bad, man. I meant to put the Caustic Bronco into play, but even when I had full control on, it's just like, what? How are you supposed to do that? Like, I don't even understand. All right, well, I'm just going to play a Johnny here. It's fine. I'll Yawgmoth, sack a creature, sack my cat token, which will flip a Johnny. Yeah, they're done. They're done. Too much for them. Yeah, that was a lot. Yawgmoth's very good in this deck. If I have Yawgmoth in play, probably doing all right. Unfortunately, first game, my opponent was the one who had the Yawgmoth in play. That was less good. All right. Time for game 3 here. On the draw. Yeah, I like this hand. Ooh, turn on Esper Sentinel. Okay. Oh, there's Yawgmoth. Hello. Well, the Esper Sentinel and the Yawgmoth combined make it so I'm probably going to play a Jadar on 2. I was going to play Copter, but I certainly don't want to play that if it's going to draw them a card. And Jadar also sets up the Yawgmoth pretty nicely. So let's just go Jadar. And then maybe play Luris on turn 3. And then Yawg on 4. Verdant gets Blood Crypt if I needed to. Wedding Announcement. All right. We're both firing on all cylinders. I mean, they started with a 1-drop even. Oh, Psychic Frog. Is that better than Luris? It probably is. Frogerto. And then attack with my zombie tokens. Free. 'Tis free. And then pass the turn. Because I can also go turn 5 Luris plus replay something. I could also have maybe played Smuggler's Copter instead of Frog, but I think the Frog's going to be better. No, you don't want to use Micaeus the Lunarch yet. Or rather, you want to put a counter on it. You don't want to put a counter on your other creatures. Okay, they did figure that out. Yeah, that's a good combo. I'm going to have to kill that Micaeus. Hopefully they don't play another token maker this turn. Oh. Well, Yawg's going to have his work cut out for him, but I feel pretty good about it still. Could attack, but Psychic Frog is pretty nice. Oh, really? All right. I'll eat the Esper Sentinel. I got no qualms about that. They do get, and now they also get now to draw a card off of the Wedding Announcement, but I don't even know if that's better than getting a token that's going to be a 3/3. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, and then land. And I think I don't need to get Blood Crypt anymore. I'm just going to play Yawgmoth. He has pro-humans, so let's attack with the Frog. And I could give it flying, and then I won't be able to... Hold on. No, if they block Psychic Frog with the Emissary, I'll be happy. Hold on. Okay, now we got to go to full control, because damage, and then Micaeus the Lunarch, sacking the Decayed token before it dies. All right. I draw, a Johnny. That's going to be nice. And pass the turn, get another zombie. Oh, I actually wanted to end of turn just nug the Micaeus probably. Oh, funny, this doesn't have any counters on it. Ossification. Yeah, I didn't think about the end of turn aspect to it for sure. All right. Yeah, I'm going to end up Basically, I should have killed Macias. It's not gonna, like, it's gonna survive briefly here. I mean, if I find a way to kill the Intrepid Adversary, it actually dies, but we'll see. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna take a little bit of damage here, too. That was unfortunate. I guess I should probably chump with Jadar, since I don't really have any way to use the token, and I also even have Luris if I need to. Okay, so they draw a card and it transforms. Draw Marionette Apprentice. So I've got a lot of things I could potentially do here. Luris replay Jadar is kind of nice. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, they have a play also? I think I'd rather play Jadar, or maybe Copter is actually better, because I'm not really blocking with Luris anyway. Okay. But I'll keep the Psychic Frog back. Next turn I'll be able to attack with it most likely. Oh, well, I'm glad I kept it back. I made a 4/4 end of turn. Oh man, and then they can play Virtue of Loyalty. Yeah. Not killing that Macias is going to cost me pretty big here. You going to attack? Probably not. Oh, okay. Interesting. Let's crew the Copter. I mean, I just think when you have Virtual Loyalty out, attacking into a Psychic Frog is a little bit rough. Oh, Lingering Souls is nice. Let's discard the Caustic Bronco. I don't think we're doing that. And I'm going to have to discard a card to Psychic Frog as well. I'll probably just discard the Marsh Flats, I think. Okay, and then that dies. And they get to put a counter on Macias and then untap. Yeah. We messed up big. Now it's we. Oh, Archangel Avacyn. That's definitely a card. 3 damage. That's not enough to kill their stuff. So I think what I'm going to start doing is... I think I'm going to hit with the Psychic Frog. So let's exile land, and Falcon Wrath. I'm going to hit with this thing. I would really like to have a sack outlet, which unfortunately they killed both mine already. Because I want to be able to block that Intrepid Adversary and not have it gain life. Let's go Lingering Souls. And I think Smuggler's Copter out of the graveyard. Pass the turn. Macias is going to pump the other things. And what do I need here? I guess I need to find a way to blow up Ossification. Sarah Paragon. All right. Yeah, they're going pretty hard. Their own Copter. Cruise that... Well, it doesn't have haste. Oh, are they just going to use Macias? I see. That makes sense. Yeah, I need a sweeper pretty bad here. I'm falling behind. Even if I hadn't messed up with the Macias, this turn they could have played Paragon Macias. I don't know. It would have gotten pretty ugly regardless. Definitely they want to attack with their Intrepid Adversary, I would imagine. Oh, really? I think I'm going to send the Copter in on a reconnaissance mission here of sorts. Block. Trigger. I think I just discard Disdainful Stroke at this point. I don't know. I'm not really that likely to get to use it. They're at 14. Oh, this is a cat to flip a Johnny. That's really funny. Let's draw Emperor of Bones. Captivating Crossroads. White, sure. I can play Archangel Evison. Does that do for me? It doesn't do a lot for me. Can't attack with the frog. I'm going to attack a bunch of flyers. I mean, I guess Archangel Evison makes everything indestructible. I'll have 5 blockers. They probably aren't attacking with the Mikaeus, so they'll have 5 attackers. But I kind of have to block every single one. They're at 14. The thing is, I don't have a way to stop them from gaining a million life off Intrepid Adversary. All right. I'm going to throw in the towel here. I think I'm just there's too much power on that side of the board. Let's keep going. I didn't like how that one ended. All right, 1 and 2. I feel like this deck's got bigger aspirations. I'm on the play. I'm the person who gets to go 1, 2, 3. Definitely messed up not killing Mikaeus that game. I don't know if I would have been able to grind through all that stuff, but we'll see. Yeah, I'll play Emperor Bones and send here. Turn 2 Sorin, 1/4 lifelink. Stopping the beats? Well, kind of, because I can attack with Emperor of Bones still. If they block, I'll just... Sure. I don't know. Seems fine to me. And pass the turn. You get to use my mana reasonably well. Here, I'm going to get... I guess Rafine's Tower is probably the one that makes the most sense. Take my turn. Exile their Sorin, why not? And hit for 6, and they don't seem to have anything. Sure, counter me, I guess. No? Oh, they're just a Esper deck. Wait, is that a Plains, though? Huh? What is this? Exiled. Oh, each non-land, it reveals the non-land. So that is a land, but not a Plains for sure. Wow, none of these cards are very close to doing anything. Excuse me. Take that Tesa here. Well, we're pretty good against mana screwed opponents, so I'm going to take that as a dub. Okay. And they null drifted into a Plains for an Ocelot Pride. I mean, they're dead very quickly, regardless. Oh, a tap land. Oh, but they have a evoke card, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. Luris and Ophiomancer are both decent 3s. I guess if you take Luris, I can't pitch cast Solitude. Ophiomancer is probably the best card on the board right now. I agree with their decision there. All right, 2 and 2. Let's keep trucking. All right. Battling here against a Johnny. On the play, turn 2 Frog. Not much else, though I guess I have Bastion, Lingering Souls, Cackling Observers. I have a bunch of 3s. But if this Frog doesn't get hit by a Fatal Push, then that's game. The thing is, Cut Down also doesn't work. I would just discard 2 cards. It had to be literally Fatal Push. Funny. Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, I was gonna play Cackling Observer. Now I'm probably not, is my guess. But it's okay. I'll play a Lingering Souls here. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I still think it's better to put 2 creatures into play. All right, I got a bunch of token making. If I get Bastion and Marionette Apprentice down, each of my things drains for 2. This seems pretty strong to me. Okay. Flooded Strand. Oh. All right, they're cooking too. 6, huh? Oh, well, that looks great. Let's just play Falcon Wrath. Their thing has reach, but I'm happy to attack into it. And I'm really happy to deal 4 damage here, because that'll put them to 13, and then they're just dead next turn. I mean, I don't know if literally dead, but if I draw land, I get to go Bastion, Marionette, and then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures in play. Each one deals 2, well, 6 creatures in play with that. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Wow, this can sack itself. They don't make cards that do that anymore. Ooh, what are you casting? Uro before attacking with 6, huh? What if you mill something you want to retrace into play? Okay, well. Their deck looks pretty neat. And they get to attack with 6 here, I assume. Milling, Fairy Mastermind, Thieving Haven. Yeah, that's pretty good. Because now they can block they can play a 2/1 flyer to block the Falcon Wrath. As long as it's your turn, though, they have to commit to it. Oh, they did not. Okay, well, let's go Marionette Apprentice. Create a servo, flashback, Lingering Souls. Long goodbye. Sack this. And funnily enough, that since it's a human, I also get a +1/+1 counter. And send for 7. Yeah, that's pretty good. They're not that close to playing. Well, they're close to playing Earl graveyard wise. They need another green, so they are actually close to playing Earl, but. We'll see what they've got. They might not be able to attack with 6 unless they leave something back to block this Aristocrat. I mean, if I had drawn a land, it would have been pretty sick to also play Bastion, but little Sebastian here. But I like where I'm at. I mean, Bastion by itself does 7 damage. This puts them at 2, so... Okay, they're attacking with 6, it looks like. Let's see what they hit. Shieldred, Torrential Gearhulk, Sea Double. They didn't hit a land, though. Alright. They have a land. If they have another land in hand, they can play a Gearhulk and... Oh, and then copy Sea Double. And then Gearhulk Fatal Push. I mean, doesn't this just... This is tempting, I'm sure, but... I don't think this is even that good. Like, what are they doing at the end of this? Casting a removal spell. Like, this is almost just puts them dead on board. They know I have Bastion in hand. The danger of cool plays, huh? Yeah. All right, sure. I'm not even going to bother sacking it. I mean, what else? They have priority because they have that Valky, but Bastion, attack for 8. Just attack with everything. They just die to just attacks. Yeah, I think they got a little... I don't know that they could have gotten through this regardless, but like that play just did put them dead on board. All right. Okay, I will pass. Boom. Yoink. And there we go. Another dub. Let's see if we can pull a few more and make this a decent run. All right. 3-2. 5-3. That's a fine record. Let's see if we can get there. I mean, obviously 7-2 would be the best. This hand's good. Turn 2. I'll probably just play Caustic Bronco and go for it. Yeah, that seems fine. It also stops the Beaumont Courier from attacking. And then I can play Lingering Souls after that. I could Deep Cavern Bat here, but I like the temptation to just get an attack in and get the Bronco going. It's pretty strong. Legion's a Landing. Some token action here. Well, I'm just going to attack with the Bronco first. If they want to trade it for both their creatures, I'm fine with that. Forsaken Miner. So now I can play Lingering Souls, or I can play Deep Cavern Bat plus Forsaken Miner. I kind of want to just play Lingering Souls, I feel like. I don't know. I've got Warzone Duplicator. This can go get Watery Grave. Oh, I already even have Rafine's Tower ready. So I could bounce a lot of the things they play here. Making it so they can't attack with the Beaumont Courier is pretty valuable. I'll get the Deep Cavern Bat in next turn. Next turn, yeah. Oh. Getting in? All right. I will block one on each because it makes it so their Legion's Landing doesn't flip as well. Okay. I'm happy with that trade. Is there a reason we did that? Lingering Souls just traded kind of for 2 cards, which is nice. Oh, Flage. Sure. Bronco down. Okay, let's... I guess I could Cackling Observer. Well, let's see. Let's sack this, and I think... Honestly, I think I'm just going to get Plains. I have 1 red card in my deck. I just don't want to end up in a spot where I take too much pain. Oh, these are some good cards. Let's get rid of the Sarah Paragon forever, I think. It'd be nice to be able to get it back with Reanimate, but... And then play Forsaken Miner here. I could have reanimated Caustic Bronco, but they have March and stuff, so I kind of feels like just playing the 2/2 is good. Adeline? Sure, that's actually fine, because now I'll go Warzone Observer, bounce Adeline. Now I have an Adeline. I think I'm just going to get aggro here and put a Caustic Bronco into play. And then I get to attack here for 5. And the next turn I can play Adeline and Deep Cavern Bat. They really need to draw lands. Without lands, they're going to have trouble deploying too much here. They might have to like pitch cast March or something. They could pitch cast March on Cackling Observer. Adeline. Saddle this with Adeline, I think. Attack. All right, let's flip a 4-drop. Nah, just a Plains. They block Warzone Duplicator. They take 7, 8. Needs pretty good. And then I'll go land, and I think I'm just going to play the Priest. Could play Deep Cavern Bat, but kind of force them to deal with the Priest, whereas they have all spells in hand. Batting one of the spells, they'll still have plenty of options. Okay, Benalish Knight Counselor. Sure. Block the 1/1. Go to 9. And they have March, but they're not using it. Oh, man. Yawgmoth. All right, let's flashback Lingering Souls. Just play the Yawgmoth. I mean, they've got to just be so beyond dead here. Because now that I have... If I have Yawgmoth, yeah, they're swordsing the Adeline. Okay, actually just going to let that resolve and gain 9 life. I think that sounds pretty good. And then Yawgmoth, kill the Benalish Knight Counselor, sack the token that can't attack. And then attack with everything but Priest. And then, oh, my Adeline's already gone, sorry. Yeah, I'll target you, sack these 2, eat your Adeline. I guess I just could have done that at any point, but I mean, they're so dead. Yeah, I could have done that on my main phase to also play the Deep Cavern Bat. All right. 4 and 2. Got a little bit of a rally going. All right. We've got another opponent. A little Ugin action. And I'm on the play with... Ooh. Miner into Emperor of Bones into Bastion. If I draw another land... I think I'll still just go turn 1 Miner, turn 2 Emperor. And if I miss on turn 3, because this is a tap land because I'm on the play, I'll just probably adapt the Emperor, just attack for more. These decks really do just value getting damage in. And I think here I'm going to get the Watery Grave. Because I have Warzone Duplicator. Great card if you've seen it in these games. Just such a strong card. Oh, Elvish Mystic. Okay. Emperor of Bones and attack. Well, now my hand is 3-drop, 4-drop, 4-drop with 3 lands total. So spells are good and land is fine too. Yeah. So now I can outlast this because now this just gets a Plains here. I play Bastion. And I don't think I'm supposed to... No, I have like a Deathrite Shaman in my deck, so I don't really want to exile lands from the graveyard for no gain. And then next turn I can play Captivating Crossroads on red and send in Falcon Wrath for a bunch of damage, or I can Warzone Duplicator or something, depending on what they play here. So it feels pretty good. Oh, Key to the Archive. Okay, so that's weird to see Tenacious Underdog get to Key to the Archive with slightly different strategies there. But they're going to get a card from the spellbook, which is like Approach, Day of Judgment, Time Warp, Counterspell, Demonic Seer, Doomblade, Lightning Bolt, Claim, Crozen Grip, Regrowth, Despark, Electrolyze, Growth Spiral. I mean, if it's a Wrath, it's a Wrath. The other thing is like Falcon Wrath Aristocrat doesn't care about the sweepers, so let's eat the Scrap Gorger. Humph. Just attack like this, and sure. Take one. I mean, they're just like so close to being dead here. Falcon Wrath Aristocrat is a really nice card. It's been worth splashing. I mean, keeping up Disdainful Stroke would also have been pretty good there, but I feel like there's not much that punishes me. Maybe they cast Time Warp or something, but it's not like they're even doing anything. Oh, Toxic Deluge. Okay, yeah, I guess that did punish me. I wouldn't have been able to counter it with Disdainful Stroke. This puts them to 5. Okay. And no more plays. I'm just going to play a land and say go. I think playing Warzone Duplicator as a 3/3 just doesn't sound very good. Lightning Helix. Oh, okay. Let's hope they play something big. Yeah, Nantuko Slicer. That would have... Oh, and then I get to get Forsaken Miner back? I didn't even think about that. This is like an Eternal Witness. It gets any card back from the graveyard. All right, let's play Thundering Falls. Nope, swamp out of here. And I think just pass, because I think playing this as a 6/6 is going to be pretty decent. Breach the Multiverse. Okay. They milled my Lingering Souls. I've got a Warzone Duplicator out, or in my hand. So there's a lot I could bounce. I could also bounce my own creature. If they put a good one into play from my side, I can bounce it and I get 2 copies of it. Well, I'd get itself plus the other copy. What'd they hit? Elder Gargaroth is probably their play. Maybe 6, depending. And from me, probably... I mean, it could be a Solitude. Luris, huh? Yeah, their deck's neat. All right, the Tenacious Underdog still doesn't really, again, go with most of what else is going on here, but I like the green-black value stuff. I think it's pretty decent. And Yawgmoth still in my deck? Yeah. Okay, they got Solitude and Gargaroth. They'll Solitude the Forsaken Miner, sure. Land. Warzone Duplicator. Bounce Solitude. And I can also pitch cast Solitude on Elder Gargaroth here. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'll let them get their one hit in. Just getting to hardcast 2 Solitudes sounds a lot better. Like, they get to draw a card, but I also get to draw a card. It's a Solitude. And then it also stays in play. So I think that's going to end up being better. Obviously, there's powerful cards they could draw that would make that not be the case. Heist my library. So look at 3 cards from my library and exile 1 face down, and they can cast it. All right. Super Impulse. Take my turn. All right, that's cool. Let's cast Solitude. No Gargaroth. Attack with the Warzone Duplicator. Oh, Archangel Avacyn was the card. Sure, I'm at 13. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think that's too bad for me. And then their hand is Tenacious Underdog. So, but they can't really actually flip Avacyn, because if it tries to flip on my upkeep, I'll just cast my other Solitude. What they can do with Underdog is they can blitz it, and then it'll trigger this, and then they can attack with both. Yeah, I'll take 7, I guess. I'll go to 6, sure. Just not that worried about burn. And then they will land. Hulking Raptor. Okay. And then upkeep. They do draw in response to that flipping. Solitude number 2. Get out of here. Avacyn. Draw. Oh, Jadar is not bad. Let's crew the thing and I think attack with these. I was really hoping to do a little damage there. They can block the Caustic Bronco and then they take 9 basically down to 5. Oh, they just didn't block anything? Well, not blocking the Caustic Bronco is hard to defend, but all right, I'll pass the turn. Yeah, they get 2 mana. Let's hope they can't use it. I mean, there's obviously, they could play like an Emrakul or something. You know, there's some big things they could play. That wasn't it. And we are getting there. 5-2. So I've already hit my benchmark of a decent draft. No, I don't want to visit the hideaway. What is happening? Stop. Whatever that thing is, I'm not interested. I literally have no idea. I just want to play my drafts. That's how I engage with Arena's economy. Click on all the windows to get them out of my way so I can join the events I want to play. I'm sure there's plenty of interesting stuff there. I want to play Magic. That's all I'm here for. I'm not, the collecting aspect, not really for me. I'm plenty of a collector in real life. I mean, you can see the shelves behind me. There's a bunch of cool stuff and there's like a Legacy Lands deck sitting there. But when it comes to Arena stuff, I mean, I like getting some of the things. I guess I like these lands and these sleeves, but for the most part, I'm not really tuned into all that. So here, I get to go turn 1 Deathrite, turn 2 Copter, but if I draw a fetch land, I could play Psychic Froggerto. Disdainful Stroke was extremely good that game, and I think in general is going to be good in this deck. All right, Swamp Deathrite. They play that. All right, let's just play Copter, and they have a blue-black land in play. Send for 1. And I can crew Copter with Deathrite if I need to. If I just draw a land, it'd be easier. Oh, that's interesting too. It sounds like this isn't going to work. Looks like they're going to kill my Copter. Oh, bouncing it. Okay, that's a lot less bad, because now at least I can replay it. If they killed Copter and I didn't get to attack, I had no plays that turn. They can't even play a fetch land themselves. Do me the courtesy. All right, let's crew. Yeah, I don't want to play a Lurrus to crew. I'd rather just do this. Yeah, they're gonna cast Brazen Bar or that. I'm not too worried about. Oh, a Johnny. You know what? Let's go aggro here. They're gonna trade. I'm gonna go land, reanimate Lurrus, and replay Copter. Yeah, that's sick. Oh, that is sick. And then I could have played a Johnny, but it feels like getting the free card value out of the Copter is great. And I still really do want those loots because I'm missing blue mana. I have all 3 of my blue spells in hand. And Deathrite just works with discarding lands too. So, okay. They're passing, huh? Let's start with a Johnny. Because I want to crew the Smuggler's Copter with a Johnny. I think literally the Johnny, not the cat. This takes 4 to activate. Yeah, all right. Pile on my Lurrus. Okay. They didn't do that the right order, right? Because this Johnny is now going to flip. I don't think they realized Lurrus was a cat. And then I'm going to attack with Copter, and I'm going to discard a land. So now my Deathrite is on. Let's make a cat. And how worried am I? You know what? I'm just not that worried about a sweeper. Oh, they surveil the land as well. Nice. I think I'm just going to play the Psychic Frog and pass the turn. And if they play a sweeper, yeah, so be it. Or like if they play a big expensive card. It felt like getting Frog down is pretty good. Also having Smuggler's Copter plus a Johnny means a sweeper is just not that bad for me. And all right. Hostage Taker on Psychic Frog is pretty annoying. But I have Warzone Duplicator, so I can also just bounce it. Oh, Hostage Taker on Smuggler's Copter. Aye, aye, Captain. Oh, Falcon Wrath Aristocrat? Oh. That's insane. No. Do they have a Stern Scolding? That would be so disgusting. Oh, Subtlety. Okay. Because Falcon Wrath was going to let me a Johnny and kill the Hostage Taker. I'll put it on top, yeah. Because it would be a red permanent. So good. Let's put a +1/+1 counter on all my cats. And attack with these 3. I don't want to discard, I don't think. Draw. Pass the turn. All right. They can play their Smuggler's Copter. Well, my Smuggler's Copter. It's not really going to get them out of this at this point, I don't think. And then another vehicle. All right, you got all the vehicles in the world. Oh, and they have something else? No, they have something else. They're done is what their something else is. All right, 6 and 2. Ooh, we get to play for the trophy, as it were. Let's do it. Oh, did it go there again? I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear. Okay. Well, let's get in there. All right. Battling against a Johnny, who was really excellent that game. I'm on the play. Ooh, look at this hand. Rafine's Tower into Caustic Bronco into a Johnny. Or, I mean, we'll see. They're a Lutri deck, funny. I do definitely want to get Rafine's Tower. And I think play the Bronco because it draws me an extra card when I attack. And then next turn, I could play Priest or I could play a Johnny. Because if I play Priest, I could then play a Johnny and sack like Bronco plus the cat token. They have something here? A Cackling Observer. All right, let's just attack. If we flip a Swamp, which we did, I think I'll just Cackling Observer here. Stopping their next play sounds pretty good. Just get basic Swamp. I've read it with Thundering Falls in hand. I don't think that's that big of a deal. They have Subtlety or something. They keep having priority. They do have Subtlety. They didn't use it. They have 2 lands in here. Perforator Croc costs 6. It's pretty bad for me if they do it. I'm glad I didn't Bastion. They have that Spell Pierce. Yeah, actually just will still take the Subtlety. I don't think they should have Subtletied this thing. I don't know. They're not that close to stopping this beatdown. They can cycle the Perforator Croc, I guess. Oh, wow. They could have also blocked with Snapcaster. Oh, they're putting Lutri in hand? Yeah, sure. I'm just going to go with Johnny. Crew Bronco with those 2. Attack. Oh, they get nugged for 2. Nice. And then Priest. So I guess I didn't even leave the mana for Psychic Frog. I mean, they're just super dead. This was kind of a nice little beatdown draw. They have to have... One of the 2 cards they have drawn has to be like Languish or Toxic Deluge. It does not appear to be so. Well, they can't Murderous Cut. They can play Lutri to block. All right, I'm going to play around Spell Pierce, play Bastion. I guess they can Spell Pierce, Snapcaster, Spell Pierce. Sure. Oh, or just Spell Pierce Lutri. Sure. I will decline to pay. Maybe I should have just led with a Smuggler's Copter, because that would have been the same thing. But now I think I'm just going to play Frog, Crew Bronco with these 2, and then Priest U, sacking these 2. This flips a Johnny. Yeah, this looks pretty great. I get 2 mana. I can still play Smuggler's Copter. Make an idiot. And swing for 5. Could even be lethal. Oh, I hit Yawgmoth for lethal. Oh, all right. Well, this deck had some good draws in it. I'll tell you that much. And wow, this worked out very nicely. Let's take a look. This is the first time I've drafted black-white tokens in this version of the cube, and ignore the fact that it's 4 colors. That's just a symptom of fetchland mana bases. But I don't know, Lurrus, Yawgmoth, Aristocrat, Bastion, Marionette Apprentice, Priest, a bunch of good cheap stuff. Reanimate, Forsaken Miner was actually pretty good the one game I drew it. Wouldn't mind more. And then just some good powerful cards to round it out, plus a nice fetchland mana base to play black-white, splashing 3 blue cards and a red card without really any issues. And that was pretty sweet. All right, that'll do it for today. I'll probably do some more of these arena cubes, so get ready, because I've been enjoying this a lot. And you know what? I appreciate you hanging out with me as I try different things. I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.